مساء الخير أعزائي المشاهدين. بدأ أحب أشكر فضائية MEA وصاحب الفضائية الأستاذ وليد جعدان لوجوده بهذه الافتتاحية اليوم كأول مديرية في تاريخ شعبنا الكلداني السرياني الآشوري أو الآشوري السرياني الكلداني في الولايات المتحدة. هذه أول مديرية في تاريخ العالم تفتح مديرية تربية من الروضة إلى الثانوية. فأشكركم لوجودكم الطاقم الإداري والطاقم الفني في فضائية MEA، وسيروا على الدرب الإنتاج الجميل والصورة الجميلة والبرامج الحلوة، والله يوفقكم وشكرا جزيلا. أسعد كلشو مؤسس المديرية.
Good evening and welcome to the ribbon cutting and grand opening of Keys Grace Academy, the first charter school in the nation to incorporate a curricular focus on Mesopotamian, Chaldean, Assyrian, Syriac studies. Before we get started, I want to introduce one of my finest students, a new student, but I know him a little bit from the past. Milatoma for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Milat. And now for the Star Spangled Banner, if I could have Janelle Forenzo, please.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we met, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Who saved us that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was an awesome rendition. Thank you, Janelle. And I want to bring up somebody who I just met right now, somebody who has a lot of enthusiasm, a little bit more than I do now. But he came and he said, what you guys are doing is remarkable. And he said that he's very, very excited and he believes in school reformation, and he believes in this program, and he believes in the community, he believes in culture. So if I can have State Senator Bert Johnson up to the mic.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening. All right. sure we're all awake in here. I'm excited, I really am. And despite the time of day and the traffic and that kind of stuff, I wouldn't have missed this event. Frankly, because I am a big education advocate, and I believe that communities, in particular communities of color, should teach to their culture. And so, if you can imagine, I got this invitation in the mail in my office, and I was looking at it, and I looked at the languages, the language immersion, and I could tell this school was getting ready to teach deliberately to culture, which is so important in this country, because you can become immersed in this country and forget about who you are. But it's very important to preserve tradition and heritage and oral tradition, and to practice that through your education. And so the fact that you all are creating a page in history today for others to look at and to emulate and to celebrate, I think is noteworthy. So I wanted to be here to celebrate with you and to just take my hat off to you and say, God bless what you're doing. I know it's going to be great work. And I know that the young people and the young minds that are going to come through this institution are going to be people that can go on to help lead us to a new and better America. So I'm a partner with you. I'm happy for you. And God bless this school.
I do also want to acknowledge Martin Orlak, State Representative from the 41 District, for being here as well. Thank you, Martin. Up next, if I can present the Oakland County Treasurer, Mr. Andy Meisner.
Good evening. On behalf of Oakland County, I want to tell you how thrilled I am to offer my welcome to this wonderful school and very innovative collaboration. My friend Dan Quisenberry from the charter schools knows that I haven't always been a fan of the charter schools. I've been a little skeptical. But I got to tell you that what this school is doing is really extraordinary. And it's filling a need that's not being met elsewhere. And I think that Superintendent Randy Speck, deserves a lot of credit for his collaborating. From the county's perspective, the Chaldean culture, faith, history is an absolute jewel and is one of the great richnesses about Oakland County. The fact that the community is planting another flag, one that represents children, that we wish you nothing but great success, and that your success and your accomplishments shine as a great thing for a great county. So thank you.
Next, we're going to present two videos. One from a dear friend and the first Chaldean State Rep, Clint Kesto, and the other from new Senator Gary Peters.
Good evening and welcome. I am the State Representative Clint Kesto, and it's an honor to be presidency. Unfortunately, I am unable to be here today in person, but I would like to congratulate Keith Brace again on the grand opening. Keith Brace again will be the Michigan's education system and offer unique programs to Chaldean, Syrian, and Syrian
Today is a historic day for education, for Michigan, for Madison Heights, and for the community at large. Today marks the culmination of 24 years of work built off the foundation of my parents' vision to serve and preserve. The Keys Grace Academy project was long in the making. But this specific school took just a few months to open. You might ask me how. The guy behind me. We have developed a partnership of people who believe in the community, believe in the heritage, believe that education is a fundamental right, and that serving families is not just a priority, but the priority. Madison District Public Schools Superintendent Randy Speck, Michelle, and members of their school board, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for this opportunity to serve alongside you and this ever-growing district. Now if I can call up the Superintendent of Madison District Public Schools and everyone's adopted Chaldean, Randy Speck.
You know, sometimes you just know that things are going to work. You know it within the first 15 or 20 minutes of meeting somebody. And when we were first introduced with Nathan and his father and his family, when we all first met, walked around together and sat around a table and talked, we realized early on that we did share the same kind of vision and mission. Our mission in Madison Heights is to serve families one student at a time. It works out well that that's the same vision and mission that Keys Grace Academy has, to serve and preserve. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make up a public school district historically working together to help establish a charter school. We are so excited, and one of the reasons that we're excited is because it all just makes sense. We talk about in Madison, we talk about you have to have 3 Ps. You have to have good programs, good education programs. So when you are taking a group of families and a culture and helping to start a school that's going to serve that population, to serve that culture, to preserve that culture, it's a pretty good foundation for a program. You can have really great places. The second P is places. And for the first time, Keys Grace Academy has a location, a building. This is your place. This is your school. We're just going to be a partner along here with you. So you can have great programs and you can have a great place, but if you don't have the third P, if you don't have great people, none of it matters. You can have a great program and a great place and really bad people and no one wants to come. But Keys Grace Academy aligns all 3. So to the Colossal family, to all of the family members that will make up this great school, to members of this community, on behalf of myself, Michelle Sherman, our business manager, my central office and staff, our Board of Education, welcome. This is the beginning of a beautiful and historical partnership, and we are so pleased to be a part of it.
August 6th, today, August 6th, is not only a day that we celebrate, but it's a day that we commemorate. Today is bittersweet, because although we are presenting the grand opening of Keys Grace Academy, 1 year ago today, the Nineveh Plains was ransacked, pillaged, looted, and besieged. And many of the people in this room here, their homes were forever lost. So, not only do we celebrate the opening of this school, we commemorate our brothers and sisters in Tilkepe, and El Tosh, and Batnaya, and Qaratosh, and Zafo. Because today, 1 year ago, 120,000 of them had to pick up with just the clothes on their backs, and find shelter. And so it is on us to make sure that we preserve our rich heritage. And the only sustainable way that we can do so is through public education. Our children deserve the best. They don't just deserve an education, they deserve the best education. They deserve to be able to sit in the classroom, acclimate to American society and American culture. But they should be able to walk to the next classroom and learn the language that was stolen from them. This is why this academy is unique. It's why it's important, and it's why it's historic. For the first time in this remarkable country's history, a public school will incorporate the curricular studies of Chaldeans, Assyrians, and Syriacs, our language, our history. A civilization that is commonly forgotten in the Western world will no longer be forgotten, and we're going to breathe new life into it, starting on September 8th. Now I'd like to call up our most distinguished guest, Bishop Emeritus from Australia, His Excellency, Bishop Kassab.
Sorry, I don't change the language. Totally. سورة مع العربي بعدين السورة. يقول الشاعر: قبل المعلم إجلالا كاد أن يكون المعلم رسولا. في هذه الكلمات أود أن نقدم التهاني والتبريكات لهذا المشروع الكبير الذي نؤمل السنة القادمة يبلغ من العمر 25 سنة. نحن الكلدان ونحن الآثوريين ونحن سكان ما بين النهرين، نحن الذين وجدنا العلم والتعليم. فالكلدان هم أول من أوجدوا الحرف في العالم كله، والخط المسماري يشهد على ذلك، ومسلة حمرابي التي تزين مدخل هذه القاعة تبين ذلك. فنحن لسنا غريبين لا من العلم ولا من العلماء ولا من المعلمين، لا بل نحن الذين علمنا العالم ونقلنا إليه التراث الذي لا يمكن أن يتصوره الإنسان، فإن حضارتنا لها أكثر من 5000 سنة. ولهذا عندما نرى مثل هذه المشاريع، المدارس والتعليم، نفرح كثيرا لأننا نشعر أننا نسير على خطى أجدادنا، على خطى آبائنا، على خطى أولئك الجبابرة الذين قدروا أن يوجدوا العلم والتعليم وأن يضعوا أساساته، وكما قلت أنه جعلوا الأحرف التي صارت دليلا للعالم أجمع أن يوجد اللغات المتعددة. فنحن اليوم نفتخر، ونحن اليوم شعبنا الكلداني الآثوري السرياني يشرف فخرا عندما يرى هذه المشاريع، وهو ينتظر أن يكون له أكثر من هذه في المستقبل القريب، لأنه إذا تضافرت الهمم وتضافرت المصالح الجيدة وتضافرت النيات الصافية يمكن أن نسير على خطى العلم والعلماء، لا بل يمكن أن نرجع مجد أجدادنا وآبائنا وأبناء ما بين النهرين لتكون أيضا دليلا جديدا لنا في هذه الحياة. أكيد اليوم العلم متقدم والعالم صار قرية صغيرة، ولكن كل هذا يرجع إلى من أوجد الحرب. وأول من أوجد الحرب أقول وأكرر مرة أخرى هم الكلدان في بابل وجدت الأحرف المسمارية التي هي ركن وأساس اللغات كلها، وأثمرت هذه العلم والعلماء والكتابات في مكتبة عاشور باريبال التي وجدت في نينوى. فاليوم نحن نفتخر ولا نريد أن نفضل نفسنا على الآخرين، فالآخرون أيضا عملوا، ولكن نحن نفتخر أننا كنا الأولين، وهذه نعمة لا ننساها، وهذا أمر يجب أن نفتخر به، ولكن لا يجب أن نقول كذا وكذا كنا في السابق. نود أن يكون لنا من الرجال الخيرين ومن الناس الذين يفتكرون مثل الإخوة وكالأخ أسعد وأولاده وهؤلاء الشباب القاعدين. نريد أن نعمل وأن نجدد وأن نضاعف كل جهدنا لكي نصل إلى ما وهي أن نكون مرة أخرى مشعلا للعلم والعلماء، وأن نكون كلنا سائرين في طريق العلم، لأن العلم هو طريق الحياة، أن العلم هو الشهادة للحق، أن العلم هو الذي يميز الشر من الخير ويدفع إلى الخير، وإن العلم هو الذي يقود خطواتنا في الحب، في المحبة، وفي الوحدة، وفي الأخاء، وفي السلام، وفي قبول الآخر، لأنه العلم هو كمساحة كبيرة مملوءة مزروعة بالورود، وفيها كل القوى التي يمكن أن تستغل لخير العالم ولخير البشرية جمعاء. مرة أخرى نهنئ كل الذين عملوا ويعملون في هذا المشروع، ونتمنى له التقدم، ونؤمل أن نكون دائما مجتمعين من أجل الخير واليوم، ومن الله التوفيق وشكرا.
I've been doing a lot of interviews the past few days. By the way, if anybody needs a PR guy, there's an individual here named Mort Meisner. He works wonders. But I've been conducting a few interviews the past few days, and the question I get the most is, why this? Why this school? Why this academy? What's your vision? And I always tell them that I grew up in public education. My parents have been in public education since 1992. In 1995, my dad worked alongside Governor Engler to write the charter school legislation. In 2008, we contracted with Hazel Park Schools and we opened up alternative programs with them. But last year after the fall of Mosul, it really took a toll on us. And we all told ourselves, we regrouped and we said, we can't wait any longer. Our culture, our heritage is on the verge of collapse. And if we don't do anything, then we're going to lose our language. We're going to lose all we know. This academy was the vision of my dad from a long time ago. Excuse me. But I made a promise to him that we'll do all we can. In Iraq, and here. It's our duty. We have a moral obligation to enrich our kids here and to protect our kids back home. Without further ado, Assad Kalash.
I don't think I need this. Throw it away. It's like Nathan said, we don't know where to start, what to say, or how to say it. The same streets that we used to walk in Tel Kip is no longer there. Those kids that came here about a year ago, they were on the mountain of Sinjar and mountain of Al-Qosh. They were going to be slaughtered by the ISIS. Today they have a hope in this beautiful nation of ours. I know you probably are not going to feel exactly what we saw when they walked in our doors 6 months ago, running away from brutality. They wanted to catch them and cut their head. Today, the same city or cities that we walked through, that we played, that we made friends, it's no longer there because of brutal ideology. Only civilization like this, only nations like this can open doors for people that lost their hope and their chance to live. Chance to live. Can you imagine you lose a chance to live in your own town, your own house? You have to leave in the morning even with your only underwears. That's what America is all about, accomplishing dreams like that for our people and other people. Other communities at large. Our schools are open for everybody. Black, white, tall, short, skinny, heavy, doesn't matter. Education is for everyone. This is what America provides for everybody. The rights to live for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are. Christians, Muslim, Jews, it doesn't matter. No religion at all, it don't matter. That's how you build nations. And in order for us to build our nation, like the president said yesterday, the biggest mistake strategically America made by invading Iraq. That's what the president said yesterday. I said it from day one. We are going to destroy that nation. We did. My ancestors' grave cannot be seen anymore. They shuffled it. So we decided, me and my family, that time has come to really take a bold decision and open up a charter school. You just don't know how much work it requires, a charter school. Maybe our friend Kathy from Hazel Park would tell you. And thanks for coming, Kathy. But we will do it. We will make sure every child not only educated, just like Nathan said, the best education ever. Every child will have a computer or a pad. And every classroom has a smart board. And every child will have a uniform from the shoes up, including a backpack, loaded with textbooks and notebooks. You buy nothing. You spend nothing. That's because our beloved nation, the United States of America, and also because there's beautiful people in the world. There's some ugly ones back there. Back where I came from, they wanted to kill my kids. And there's some good ones, like this man right here, that wants to make sure our kids have the same rights that every other kids have. Thanks, Randy. Each one of you have a place in our heart. In my heart, at least, maybe my kids don't know most of you, but each one of you have done so much for the community. So much. I can see faces, I can name people, but I just don't want to miss anybody. Each one of you have done so much for the community. And I know you can do more for the community, and you are continuing to do more and more. All I want to say is, at the end, thank you for coming. God bless you, and God bless our nation, the United States of America.
I do want to take the time to thank all of you for coming. We have people who've come from all over. My ADFA fam, who drove from all over the place, flew from all over the place, Washington, Chicago. All my friends and family here, my staff, who's not sitting down, all standing up. All my remarkable friends. I want to acknowledge some of our board members who are here. Dr. Rami Al-Asachi, our Vice President of the Board. I asked him to speak, but he said no. Zainab Hazemi, our Secretary. I don't know where Zainab, where is she? Oh, Zainab. My sister just took the bar exam a couple weeks, or was it last week? And Zainab, she took her into her home for 2 months so that her commute wouldn't be far for her preparation class. So again, Zainab, thank you for that. You took her off my chest for a couple months. Our treasurer, May Kuza, thank you so much. And our trustee and one of our graduates from our INVEST program, Farah Anoni. Our board president could not make it. He is in Washington, D.C., but we have established a remarkable board with people who care about this community, and we are excited. We are excited for the future. Again, thank all of you. I really appreciate it. We'll have more events in the future.